Hey guys, Brian here. Welcome back to this old barn shop. I will try and block this off for the wind, but anyway. Welcome back to this old barn shop. This is the end of 2016. As you can see, I didn't get the doors finished up. As I'd hoped, the lumber was still too wet, so let's get inside here out of the wind. So 2016 is a pretty big year, I guess. Barn's come a long way this year. We've got walls all the way around. Got lights up. We've got a functional 15-ton bridge crane inside. Got the wiring in on this one side. Still got to do the run up there for the last row of lights that belongs up there. Got the rest of my roof in on this side, so that's all done. We got a bunch of stuff cleaned up, still a bunch more to do. Got one pile of tuba tins gone there. So you can see where I've tightened the boards up on that lower part, where I can reach them from the ground and from there up, getting the light through where the boards aren't tight. So still got to get the vents done up there. I need to get Chuck the dimensions for those so Knoll Top Farms can get those knocked out, or I may just end up doing them myself. Hate to have somebody else have to work for me. So I did, since the door number wasn't done, I did come down here and get the rest of my concrete anchors put in. This wall was never done because I didn't know how the barn was going to sit, so I was still banging it around with sledgehammers and stuff and getting it all lined up and squared up at the time. So I knew there was going to be a wind event here yesterday. When it's real warm in December, it's usually bad weather coming. So I figured I better come down here and get this all bolted down. And it's a good thing I did because it was pretty right here. I was in here working and went outside and it'd like to knock me down. It was probably blowing 60 miles an hour or more. And I could hear it trying to pull the tin off the roof. It was rattling up there. So fortunately, it all stayed on. So that was good. I did have some blowing off my tobacco barn, so that's something else I got to fix. That's the inside of the doors. Yeah, the other night when that wind was blowing, they were swinging out probably 4 feet at the bottom. So also I've got one of my latches on there. Showing you kind of how it works. All right, so basically you clip this over like this, and then when you fold this up, that bolt slides out into that, and it pulls it tight. And see, it even pulls the warp out of that board, so it's sealed up all the way down through there. And since that bolt slid in there, it keeps the door from wanting to be able to slide open too. So the other advantage is these will fit and clear. They're flush hardware, so I don't have to worry about them hanging on anything. So I got those to go on here. I'll probably put 2 on each side just to hold top and bottom. And then I'll have a similar setup here. I'll use the exact same thing or not, because the doors overlap out slightly further. So I either have to screw in here and come out, or cut notches in this, or I may just use something different here. I'm kind of thinking a hook eye bolt deal here and pull in, because I got a lot more room for the latch here. Might be better on these sides. So I just have to see what I can find that'll work for that. It's a lot smaller hole than it was. The cables up there seem to be doing their deal of holding them up to where the doors haven't hung down. Of course, you can also see the electric wires running across up there in the conduit. So still got to put the attic part up there at some point. When I'll get to that, might be fairly soon. I don't know if I'm gonna get weather to get the floor done. I'd hope to get all this done this winter, but it doesn't look like it's gonna pan out. What's left of the sheets for the doors, of course half of those go on the outside, and then these cutoffs, I'm gonna use them to line the inside of the concrete all the way around, going down into the ground to insulate. But anyway, I was talking about the wind. I'll show you just how bad it got here. You may not believe it was as windy as it was, but I'll show you what the neighbor's 3-car garage across the street looks like. So that's how the neighbor's 3-car garage fared. They had it braced and everything, spikes drove in the ground, but wasn't any match for the wind, so 65 miles an hour is a bad deal. So Bailey says he's glad that he was in my doghouse instead of that one. Yep, so I've also managed to get all the wiring done on this side. Got all the plugs in. It's a mirror image of that side over there. Bailey's taking a break. So we've got the right chain on the crane. Removing it. Works good now, doesn't get caught up. So I've tested all the outlets down through here and they all work. That's just a mirror image of that side over there. So it's got most of the wiring done now, except for the run that needs to go up there when I put the ceiling tubetins up. So I guess that'll be the next project, to be getting those, so I can get this stack used up. Still, there's a lot less over here than there was. I've been burning this stuff in the house, getting rid of the old cut-up boards from the floor from the barn loft, making use out of that. Cables are doing their thing. I put a ratchet strap across the bottom to keep them from banging against the side of the building. It's been windy here lately and they were going crazy, so I put a strap on to hold them. It's got them all canted or not like they ought to be because the strap's pulling them in, but it's less annoying. So I think Bailey's ready for the new year. Still got a lot to do though. I've got to get the floor. It's the main thing. And then we got to insulate this thing and seal it up inside. But it's a lot better than it was last year. There's no wind blowing through here now, so that's a big plus. So I think it was not too long ago. This in January, I had snow in here last year when I was working all through the building where it blowing through. So at least it can keep the snow out for the most part now. So from Brian and Bailey, I hope you all have a great 2017. Looking forward to getting the machines in here and getting them going. And thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. It's been a big year for my channel. I think I started a year with around 2,000 and I'm up over 7,000 subscribers, and I get most of you guys view my videos when I put them up, and I certainly appreciate that, and glad you find it interesting. So I'll catch y'all later. Say goodnight, Bailey.